Good morning, traders. It is Friday, October 18th. It's Expiration Friday, one of my favorite days. For those of you who like selling premium, always a good day. Let's take a look at what the market's currently doing. We've got the S&P 500 approaching this double top formation right here. We have a downtrend line that's been broken to the upside. We have a horizontal support line at 294. We have the 100-day moving average converging at that same point. Major support at SPY 294. Right now, the market is grinding higher. We've got a couple of positive news events. There's going to be a Brexit vote tomorrow. The UK and the EU do have an agreement in place. Boris Johnson's going to try and get it through Parliament tomorrow. Theresa May was not able to do that after many attempts, so it's kind of a 50-50 shot. He feels that he's got a good chance of getting it through. I view the upside of this event as being greater than the downside, because if it happens, there will be less uncertainty. If it doesn't happen, they still have till January 31st to figure something out. They can always kick the can down the road, so I don't feel that the market will react negatively if it doesn't happen. But if it does happen, I think we've got a chance for a real pop in the market Monday morning. Now, supposedly the union doesn't back the deal, and it won't happen without them. So we'll see what happens. Some interesting news over the weekend. I certainly hope it does happen, because I hate having all of this news pending and then the market just has knee-jerk reactions off of that news event. China's economic numbers were in line yesterday, so not a big driver for the action today. We do have Fed speak today, so that should have a bullish influence on the market as well. We're above this 294 level. I think that we have to favor the bullish side. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to be looking at some earnings plays, and I'm going to show you how to effectively use alerts to trade. Before I do that, I'd like to mention that everything that you see today is available on Option Stalker. Go to www.oneoption.com. This is how we find all of our trade ideas. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please subscribe to it, because I'm going to be posting these videos within the first hour of trading every morning. There will be actionable trades, just like the ones yesterday. We did really well on our trades yesterday. Watch previous videos. We've done well every day we've posted these. So I'm going to try and run through and find some good bullish picks. It'll be super easy to do. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. So let's find some trades. So I'm going to go into a couple of searches very quickly, and I'm going to be looking at bearish right out of the gate and after earnings. So these are stocks that reported after the close yesterday or before the open today. Look at that drop. That is some nasty price action. I'm going to drop an alert line on this one, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to click on the top of the bar, and I'm going to double click it. What that's going to do is it's going to give me a horizontal line. I'm not going to chase something like this. It's probably going to continue to fall, but I'm going to try and buy it on a rally. And I might even drop an alert line here so that I get two alerts. And so now that one, until the bar is finished forming, will look kind of funky, but it'll eventually go horizontal at that opening price. I'm just going to monitor it, and I've got a violation right here on STT. I had laid a support line on that and a resistance line, and the resistance line has been violated, so now it's telling me that this stock wants to go higher. I'm going to drop another alert line because I want to continue doing this video, and we're going to drop it right there. If it gets through there, we get another alert that might be worth buying. We've got the stock grinding higher. We have this 200-day moving average right above, so I'm not overly excited about it unless it can get through that. I'm actually a little bit more excited by a retracement and it being repelled off that 200-day moving average. So we'll see what happens with it. But earnings, we got to trade earnings right now. That's where the volume is. The market has no volume. Let me go back to the market very quickly. Look at that horrible, dismal volume. It's terrible. There's nothing going on. We got Doji, 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 Doji. There's nothing going on. You have to be in earning stocks, or you have to be in stocks that have a lot of volume. They have momentum. That's where we're going to look. So there's STT. This is probably going to be a nice buy. It's continuing to push higher. STT, take a look at that. Yes, I would be buying it right here. So let's keep an eye on it. Let's say that we're buying this breakout right here. I like it. So that's one pick that I think you want to be right on. We've got heavy selling. Take a quick look at this. these are probably going to be our bearish picks. Heavy selling means that there's unusually heavy volume on the stock, and it's below the prior day's low, and it has liquid options. So you can see Netflix. I have to show you this. I'm going to go right into my presentation on how to use alert lines. So yesterday we had this big drop in Netflix. I caught the move early. I was doing the video and I said, man, any bounce in this stock you have to short. So what you do is you click the alert line, you go to the top of a bar, and that means that the line will be drawn from the top, and then connect it to another bar, another target. You target the candles, and what it'll do is it'll drop that alert line. Now it didn't do it right now because that alert line has been violated, so it's not valid. But I drew an alert line and it came down like this. Finally, Netflix bounced, and I thought, okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop another alert line. So I drew the alert line from the low here and connected these lines, and it extended right up into here. So now that bounce had run its course, which is what I wanted. I want to short a bounce. That's the methodology. Now I get an alert right here. I short it. Initially what I did was I took and put an alert line at the top here. So I'm going to click alert. I'll show you how that works. If I want a horizontal line, I just click on it twice. And there's my alert line. It did not violate that line. So then what I did was I just canceled that and deleted it, and I drew a new line. And I started at this top right here, and I connected it to this top, and now I've got a beautiful trend line. So look what happened the whole day. Didn't even have to manage the trade because I never got an alert. The stock kept going down and going down. And on any one of these little green candles here, if I were using a trailing stop, I would have been out of the trade. But using the alert line kept me in the trade, made really, really nice money on that. So I'm going to remove this alert line, and I think you would need to use the same strategy to get short on Netflix today. And so there's your alert line. If we get a little bit of a bounce in Netflix, I'm going to know about it. Then I'm going to draw my lower alert line and wait for that to be violated because I want to let the stock, I don't want to bounce, I don't want to fade the first bounce. I want to let it run its course. And that's what the alert line does, is it lets that stock continue to climb. When it finally runs out of gas, then I'm notified. If you're in any kind of trade, any position, use these alert lines just as I showed you with Netflix to manage your profits in the position. Then you don't have to constantly watch it, and you can move on and get into other stocks. The other nice thing is that it does act as a trailing stop because over time, if it has any kind of slope to it, it's going to continue to move down and down and down. Eventually, you're going to get an alert and you'll be able to decide if you want to stop out or not. If you get a really big drop, then you may want to consider redrawing that line to be more conservative to lock in those profits. So that's how you use alerts to enter and exit trades. Even though I've given you an example on a day trading basis, the same principle holds on a good till cancel basis, and we do have GTCs. You just put them on a longer term chart like a daily chart. Works exactly the same way. So let's keep looking and see if we can find some other good shorting prospects. J&J, yow, nasty. Climbed above that 200-day moving average and 100-day moving average. Very newsy stock right now. Looks super weak. They've had a lot of lawsuits pending. So I don't think I would want to join this drop right here. But if I get a decent bounce, and right now I don't know how high it might bounce, I might be interested. So we're seeing a lot of pullbacks in stocks. HON was a recent earnings announcement. That looks pretty weak. May get through that 200-day moving average, then I'd be more interested in it. But from a short side, I'm looking for the right pattern. BA fits the bill. I like this. So here we go. We've got downward sloping trend line right here, and we've got a breach of the 200-day moving average. Not too bad. So what do I do with this? Boy, I'd like to just place a alert line at the low of the day. That might be the best I can do right now. So I'm going to put that in. I would ideally like to have a little bit of an upward alert line that I can draw on this so I can catch the next breakdown, let it run its course, let it go higher. I think Boeing's going to be a decent short. I like it below that 200-day moving average. We've got CRM. So we've got a few shorts already that we're looking at. I like Netflix short. I've liked BYND short for a very long time. That's been an excellent one. And I've been shorting that pretty much on a daily basis. Look at that drop. Once it got through that horizontal support, good night. Take a look at it today. So it's continuing to grind down. So NFLX, BA, two shorts. Now I'm going to flip to the long side very quickly. I want to go down and I want to show you, relative weakness 30. Those are all good stocks. Week after earnings. I'm going to click on these very quickly. I didn't see anything that particularly interested me. This actually could be a buy if that holds right there, the support level. This is right on that 200-day moving average, not a very liquid stock. Oh, there we go. IBM, good short. Ding, 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 ding. How did I find that? I found that using my week after earnings search. This goes back and looks for stocks that have reported over the course of the last 2 weeks. It looks for gaps down. It looks for stocks that are still below that gap and relative weakness. There we go. That's an excellent short. How do we get short this baby? Ooh, I would probably start shorting it right in here because it just took out the low from yesterday. 3 red candles closing on their low. That is good enough for me. So for right now, I'm just going to drop an alert on this. We'll draw our little alert line right there, and I might even drop a horizontal alert line here as well. So yes, I definitely would like to short IBM. Very bearish pattern. And in fact, in yesterday's video, I believe I had mentioned to you, as it might have been Wednesday night's video, the stock was going to gap below these major moving averages. Yesterday on the open, I had mentioned selling that 138 bearish call spread because the stock was likely to have follow-through selling. If you did that, you had really, really nice opportunity. Let's look at some bullish trades because I do want to favor the bullish side a little bit today. And we're going to be looking at heavy buying. What do we got on the list? APA, nice little bounce here. Higher low, not too bad. Got room to the 200-day. SLB, trying to get going here through this resistance level. These are commodity stocks, and SLB reported before the open today. So we're going to take a look at that 5-minute chart. And this is where you're starting to get a little bit of a pullback. If we get a couple of more candles in here, we can start drawing our downward trend line to try and catch it on its way back up. BBY is a stock that I like. I highlighted this yesterday. It did really well. You could see the long green candle closing near its high. I like it again today. It's trying to get through this horizontal resistance level. It's above the 100-day moving average. Yes, like it. IP, I like it. It's above the 100-day moving average. Earnings on 10/31. Hover over the E on the last bar here. You'll see the next earnings date. You got a chance to sell premium at this 100-day moving average. The stock is not a big mover. Yeah, I like it right there. I think you can sell some premium on that. CTL trying to get through that 200-day moving average. It's just poked through it right now. We'll take a look at the daily chart. Not too bad, but you can see it doesn't move particularly well, so I'm not that interested in it. And X is way down and it's trying to rebound. SFIX has been making it on the list, but it's got this overhead resistance. So those are all things that I look at very quickly that either attract me to a stock or make me want to take a pass on it. So I'm going to go down to strong after earnings. I found a bunch of really nice ones in here this morning. Look at fast. Big gap up. Starting to grind higher. Looks pretty good, but it's got to get through these resistance levels. So let me cut to the quick and I'll go to the stocks that I think do present good opportunities. JPM was strong yesterday. We've got some more of the brokers reporting today. CCI is one I really like. Got long this earlier in the chat room. I am still long it. There's my alert line. As long as the alert line stays intact, I'm going to be long the stock, and you can see how it's managing my position. So really, really nice one. URI is also on the list, and I also have an alert line on that one. So it's Let's see, it's right in, actually I better redraw that. I'm not sure what happened to that, but I'm going to redraw it because I need to be able to manage this position. So we're going to, it's already through that, so we're going to just drop it on the low from the prior candle here. I want to preserve that because I'm long right around here, so I need to make sure I'm still in the trade. PM is another one that I like. There's my alert line on that. Was long that right in here, right out of the gate, and so that's actually worked out pretty well. So I've got my alert lines in on those. Those are the longs that I like for today, and I'm going to recap all of them, and I'm going to show you that I am long these stocks. And this is in the chat room. Long CCI, long URI, long PM. I had a couple of shorts that I tried. I tried ETFC and STT short this morning. Those did not work out. I took small losses on those, so I'm out of those, but my longs have been working very well. So let's recap what we like today. We like BBY. I like Best Buy. Would like to see a little bit better price action out of it, but I feel that if the market starts to find some support, it's on a breakout right here, it's going to continue to grind higher. I like CCI. We've got a nice breakout of the downtrend line. We have it above the 100-day moving average. We had earnings close near the high, follow through the next day. Found that on our earnings search. URI. Big move yesterday, above that 200-day moving average, continuing to push higher today through this downward sloping trend line. Should still be able to get going as long as the market continues to rally. PM, Philip Morris, above the 200-day moving average. That's my stop. I like it. I think it's going to continue. APA, looks strong this morning. Commodity stock, can be very herky-jerky types of trading. So you got to buy pullbacks on something like this. So now I'm going to set my alert. I've got a couple of bars that I can lean on here. There's my downward sloping alert line. It's going to continue to follow the stock down. When it's breached on the upside, I'll be able to decide if I'd like to get in that one or not. Those are my longs for the day. IP I also like for selling out of the money, bullish put spread. You can also day trade this from the long side. Very, very nice. On the bearish side, I like BYND. That's been a favorite of mine for quite a while. How do you trade that? You come in, you set your alert line, click on the high, target the next candle. I'm going to see the next bounce when it comes in. BA, let's see what we've got there. Can I set some alerts on that? I've got my alert down here low. BA, I really like this short. Boy, I hope I get a little bit of a bounce. And so I'm going to double click on this bar and set my horizontal and hope that it gets up through that. Netflix, really, really weak after earnings. We traded that one yesterday in this video. I've got my downward sloping alert line. Hopefully we get a pop. Then I draw my other line, wait for that reversal and the further selling. And finally, IBM. That's the last short on the list. Also hoping for a little bit of a bounce here. Take one look at the market, see what we got. Market doing a whole lot of nothing right now. So we've got right now this low of the day. That was the low of the day from yesterday, almost the low there. So if this gets breached, then I think we've got possible chance to get short. I don't see much happening. We've got Fed speak coming in. I'd also like to draw a downward alert line like this. I've got a nice sloping line. If I connect these two, we'll extend it out here. I'd like to know if it's breached to the upside. We're probably going to have a very tight range today. And my thought is that we'll probably close near the open and form another doji on light volume. There's not a lot of news to drive the market right now. The support level right here is pretty sticky. We've tested it twice, so we need some news to probably push us through that level. We've got Fed speak coming up, so I think that has a good chance to be more dovish than hawkish. That's it for today. Market's pretty neutral. Focus on the stocks with heavy volume that are making moves through horizontal resistance or through major moving averages. We need that volume. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. See you next week.